Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle Lynn Viola, and I am an awakening and ascension guide here to support you in becoming your greatest version. And today I want to jump right into why I canceled all of my plans and all of my travel for the upcoming total solar eclipse in Aries. I know that many of you, pretty much all of us, are totally aware of what this eclipse is about in terms of its magnitude and its importance for us here on the planet. There's a lot of hype out there about the eclipse. There's a lot of information out there about the eclipse, but I'm not going to get into that today. Today, I wanted to share with you guys the process that I went through that brought me to the point where I canceled all my my flights, I canceled my Airbnb, I canceled my Toro rental car, canceling all of it actually just this morning, so close to the time where I was to be traveling for this eclipse to Arkansas, to Little Rock, Arkansas, to be in the path of totality. And I came to the knowing and the connection with that inner guidance that brought me to the point where I canceled. I think we can all agree that things like this, changing plans last minute, especially I had family, I had friends flying in involved in it, not an easy decision to make. But when the inner guidance is profound and strong, you know what the right thing is to do. And so you step into that right thing, even though it may be uncomfortable and I may get pushback from those around me, but I stand firm and true in my decision following that inner guidance. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. First and foremost, I must admit that about a month and a half ago, I started to feel this undercurrent energy that was very subtle, that was telling me not to go, not to travel for the eclipse. And I didn't really pay attention to it, right? I think this happens, I know this happens for all of us, where we'll have like a slight undercurrent feeling that's very subtle that we don't pay attention to, right? Because there's so much going on in our like day-to-day life and reality that we don't pay attention to those subtle prompts that are just these feelings or nudges. And so I didn't pay attention. And it's really only in hindsight, looking back, when certain synchronicities and certain information started popping in, that made me question. And the second I started to question based on the information that was coming to me is where I felt it really strong and realized, oh, yes, I have been feeling this for quite some time and just not really paying attention to it. So about 2 weeks ago, I can't say I received it. It just popped up on my phone. You know how like you'll go to search for something on Google on your phone and like a story, a featured story would show up. And this featured story was talking about NASA deploying 3 rockets into the eclipse. I don't know why they would do that. It didn't make sense why they would do that, but that they were throwing 3 rockets. They were deploying 3 rockets up to the eclipse. And that seemed very odd and strange to me. And it didn't really make sense to me why they would do that. I did read the article, and even reading the article, I can't even recall what the article said. I kind of just shucked it off, like, ridiculousness in my mind, and moved on. So then I came by this article, and I have it right here on my phone. It's an article by Daily Mail, and it's CERN. So CERN, CERN, I believe it's in Switzerland, and it's the world's largest particle generator where they make experiments with protons and lots of technological quantum technology, and also dealing with dark matter. Now, I've had it in my work in unraveling the quantum dark, if you will, working through the dimensions, that CERN has come in as one of those dark structures, if you will, that is tightly connected to dark matter or dark forces, if you will. So this article here is CERN to test world's most powerful particle accelerator during April's solar eclipse to search for invisible matter that secretly powers our universe. And this was an article on Daily Mail released on March 28th. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, I got my thing. Hold on. No. All right, that's not going to work. All right, so forget that. So to continue with the article, the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator is set smash protons together on April 8th to search for invisible particles secretly powering our universe. So they're going to be opening up CERN. Now, CERN is only, from what I understand, CERN is only open for like 1 month out of the year, is where they run the equipment for these experiments and whatnot, because it's very, very powerful and very, very dangerous. And so they're actually opening up on April 8th. And it's like, you know, that kind of raises a little eyebrow and a little question, like very interesting that they're doing it exactly on the day of the eclipse. So then I came by information from a YouTuber that I like to watch, that is a YouTuber about homesteading, about like self-sufficiency and how to like ferment your food and whatnot and grow your own food and all of that kind of good stuff. And he has a video out, and I'll link it below if you want to watch it. And in that video, he's actually mentioning these things, and that it's, to be cautious, around the eclipse. So I knew right away that there was something there for me. And when I went into meditation, it came in very clearly. So getting still, quiet, and then bringing in the question, right, from a very centered, neutral place. And I brought in the question, is it in the highest and best good for me to travel to Arkansas for the eclipse? And I got a firm no. And I asked, am I to be in the path of totality? Is that in my highest and greatest good? Is that in my benefit to be in the path of totality? And I got a no. So then I was like, okay, I was like, whoa. So then I started asking, well, where is it that I should be? And what I got was that I need to be in my home. So when I asked the question, well, where is it that I'm to be for this eclipse? I got that I need to be in my home. And more so than that, I need to clear my house out as much as I can. I need to get very clear and very still. So that means my house as well needs to be very clear and very still. And that there's this massive reset, right? It's happening for all of us. It's happening for us as a collective. It's happening for us as individuals. What I got that was for me, that to be in my home, to be still and quiet, and to have my home as cleared out as possible is where the most beneficial timeline will be triggered for me, right? Because with the reset, there's fertile ground for a shift in timelines, a shift to a new way of being, a shift to a path trajectory of life that is higher, that is more aligned, that is more harmonious, that is more balanced, that is more of the highest benefit for you, say, comparatively to another pathway. And so, yeah, so it came in very clear. I said, whoa. And I had to sit on it for about 24 hours and just really let it sit in, and kept asking the question, like, is this in alignment for me? Is this in my highest and greatest good? Is this of the highest benefit for me and for all? And I kept getting the affirmation that yes, this choice, this decision to be in this space in my home with as much clarity, with as much stillness, while also setting the intention, right? Because eclipse, it's like a massive new moon, and it's a new moon energy that can last for months, up to a year. There's various indications. For me, what I get is it's going to last, this energy is going to last us through the end of the year. So the very first impression that you make of it as the eclipse is happening and really leading up, your energy leading up, setting you up for that moment that the eclipse happens, creates like a trigger event and an impression energetically that then plays itself out, in this case, for the rest of the year. So my message is that no matter what, be very clear on what you want, be as clear as you can on who you are, and really go inside. And whether you're somebody who's traveling or not traveling, or just considering it another like normal, usual day, or perhaps you're considering it a sacred day, whatever it is, the most important thing is that you go inside and get clear on where you need to be or what you need to be doing in order to really capitalize on this amazing opportunity that each of us has as the co-creator of our lives, right? Co-creating with source, with universal intelligence, to really steer your ship in a direction that is most beneficial with the highest outcomes, for you, for your family. So that is my message. And I just wanted to share with you guys my process, because I'm hoping that it might help you guys in understanding a little bit more about, to reflect more on your own process, on maybe on subtle energies that you have not been paying attention to, just the sharing that like beautiful synchronicity of signs and signals, because spirit is with us all the time. Spirit is always with us, always supporting us, always holding us. It's just, are we listening? Are we paying attention? And so I wasn't paying attention. I had that undercurrent, and spirit came and knocked a little harder and gave me some other signs and signals that really got me to pay attention, right? So the more that we can pay attention more to the subtle energies, to the subtle nudges, the more we can get ahead of the game of life. So thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, please, give a thumbs up. And I'd love to hear, write a comment. I'd love to hear about where you're at with the eclipse. Are you going to stay home? Are you going to travel? Are you going to use it as a sacred time? The eclipse actually it happens on April 8th, I believe, at around 2:21 p.m. Eastern time. So where are you planning to be? Leave a comment below. Let me know where you're planning to be at that time. Much love to you. Be well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.